What's going on, you guys? This is your boy Ben Mahari here, representing MehariNation Sports Podcast. Good afternoon, everybody. A major salute to the entire LDBC, the boxing and basketball community. We have made it over 500 subscribers as of Wednesday, guys. So I wanted to personally thank all my subscribers, all my supporters for their continuous support throughout this whole journey, though, guys. You know what I mean? It's been a really, you know, long journey to make it to the half century mark of 500 subscribers. I can't believe that we made it this far. When I started out my channel, it was basically through another channel that's no longer LDBC anymore. And over time, it has slowly grown and really matured, over time. And there's still a lot more growing to do. So there's a lot more things that we're going to try to accomplish here on this channel, though, too, guys. But you know what I mean? As we see all the people right here in the chat, Son of Tank, what's going on, man? Trick Noty, what's good, my brother? And P Money says, congrats, my brother. Appreciate it, you guys. Yeah, you guys have been holding that down right here on this channel, though, too, guys. You guys have been really been great. All the support, all the continuous advice, and listening to all the OGs and the LDBC, been really critical through the development of this channel. But there's still a lot more things to accomplish. There's still a lot more things, to achieve here. So this is just the beginning of great things to come. And, I will always make sure that they have everybody that's been subscribed with me since day one to give me all their advice, anything that to make this channel even better, because there's going to be a lot more room to grow and a lot more things that I can improve upon, though, too, to get you guys all the content that is possible, too, guys. But I really enjoyed all of it. But with that being said, I'll tell you guys how I began this channel. Basically, I wanted to just create a channel that is mostly about my knowledge about basketball, you understand, and some of my knowledge of boxing, though, too, But what I learned is that I learned from along the way is that sometimes, so a little bit of diversity is also good, but more talking about, being open about yourself and being able to, let people understand who you are, who your genuine side of yourself is. And over time, people will get more respect for you because you're basically being genuine. Nothing is fake. Nothing is phony. Nothing is basically, nothing is, made up. And so I really wanted to create a channel that allows people to express themselves in any way possible, and I've really done a really significant job of letting people, tell it like it is. People are not gonna like how you feel sometimes, but hey, that's the way of the world we live in. You understand me? As we see more people right here in the chat, 89 TV, salute my brother. Hey, Mr. Stormy B Man. Hey, let's help Stormy B Man get to 500 subscribers, though, too, guys. I'm gonna make sure to help Stormy B Man get to 500 subscribers because that OG is putting in major work. He needs to get to at least to 500 subscribers, and hopefully the long-term goal is to help him get to 1,000 subscribers. You understand what I'm saying? We got Crush the Legend here in the house. Thank you, brother. Appreciate all the love, though, man. Appreciate all the love, though, guys. But we need to help Stormy B Man get to 500 subscribers. Absolutely, though, man. So as you see right here, let's help Stormy B Man get to 500 subscribers. Real talk, though, man. But with that being said, let me have a little bit of open conversation, though, too, for you guys. Um, the one thing that I learned about, through my time in the LDBC is that the most important thing about the LDBC, particularly, is to stand up and protect the integrity of the black athlete. All right. And what I mean by it is this. What I mean is that we keep everybody accountable of our actions and keep ourselves accountable for what we do in and out of our sport. Okay. Now, when it comes to the boxing type of perspective, when it comes to boxing, we always keep our black athletes accountable for all the things that they do. All right, because we expect them to achieve greatness in and out the ring. Guys like Earl Spence Jr., guys like Deontay Wilder. You understand, and all those great fighters have basically are now achieving greatness both in and out the ring. You understand? We got Don Dada in the house saying, salute, fam. Congratulations on 500 subscribers. Thank you very much. Brown Out Boxing says salute and congratulations. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Denise Sports says salute Mahari and to the chat. Absolutely, absolutely. No doubt, no doubt. So Beaver said, appreciate you, brother. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, I always believe that all of us have to keep ourselves accountable, but it does not mean we rip each other. And most times, I feel like we get into the cycle of ripping each other, instead of using constructive criticism to really make ourselves better and improve ourselves down the line. And what we've seen in our black fighters though too, it's kind of a mixed bag. But the great people that you need to look up with, like the Earl Spence Juniors and the Deontay Wilders, they achieve by basically through hard work, through their grit, and their determination to get where they are right now. Okay, and so what we're gonna see tomorrow night in the fight between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, and hopefully Deontay Wilder takes his head off because I'm sick and tired of listening to Tyson Fury talk. We also got 88 Sports Dog in the house. He said, congrats, Mahari. Appreciate it, though, man. We got Jay Cooley says, congratulations. And so we're going to say, what's up to Crush the Legend? Absolutely. I can't wait because we have waited for this rematch for almost a full year now. And we finally got it. And what we're going to see tomorrow night is the awakening of Deontay Wilder destroying this dude, Tyson Fury, once and for all, and putting away the myth of the great white hype. Now, I've heard some little things through the sports media about the anticipation of this fight. Now, if you guys, I don't want to speak for yourself on Fox Sports 1 because I don't like Jason Whitlock because I think he's a sellout. But he tried to throw some little race element into this whole thing. And Tyson Fury, said no, race got nothing to do with it, and he just basically dismissed the entire question altogether, and put Jason Whitlock in a bad position where it made him look bad as always. But there's no denying about this. There's no denying that the race element in boxing has always been there since the beginning of the gladiator days. Okay, think about this for a moment. And during the early '80s, when Don King was the king of promoters in boxing, okay, he once said that the only color that he sees is the green with the money. What does it mean? Race sales. And there's no denying that race in sports has always persisted throughout our history. There's no denying that. And when you really look at that in that aspect, there's no denying that Fury has used his white privilege to get where he's wanted to be. All right, it's not a secret. I mean, it's just basically open knowledge at this point. And there's no denying that Fury has made himself a bit of a draw to what he wanted to be. But when I was watching the entire promotion for the fight between Wilder and Fury, Wilder basically put him on blast, said, "Listen, I'm the one that brought you out of retirement. I'm the one that got you to stop doing drugs, that got you back into shape, and got you back in the ring. You better be blessed that I'm giving you an opportunity because I'm giving you lifetime money to take care of your family." And Wilder is absolutely 100% right. Because if it wasn't for Wilder that wanted to face Tyson Fury in the ring, Tyson Fury would be retired right now. He would be fat, taking on all the drugs in the world. And he would just be another fighter that was basically another lost soul in the sport. And, Tyson Fury, rebuilt himself a bit. He's kind of used it, I overcome mental illness angle to basically make himself a good payday for himself. And realistically, though, guys, we're getting tired of this entire story. I know I am. I know a lot of you guys are. So at the end of the day, though, man, I just can't wait for the day that when Tyson Fury, the whole aura of invincibility finally goes away once and for all. All right? I cannot wait because we have been waiting for this fight for almost a whole year now through all the politics, through Tyson Fury fleeing away to Top Rank. And by the way, Top Rank. I've heard is gonna be sold there too, because Bob Hammond is thinking about selling Top Rank. So the bottom line is this. Bottom line is this. The the persona, the character of Tyson Fury is going to get ripped into shreds when Wilder pieces him up piece by piece with every single right hand with brutal intentions. I hope that Tyson Fury gets knocked out almost Bermain Stavern style. You remember when Bermain Stavern got knocked down the first time, and then he basically got up and said, "He hit me behind the head." It was like, damn, this dude got power. And then Wilder stood in front of him with that killer look in his eye. Just stood in front of him with that killer look. And then boom, left hand, boom, right hand. You understand? This is gonna be a brutal massacre that we're gonna see Saturday night. I best believe that. Denise Ward says Wilder KOs between 4 and 6 rounds. Okay. Denise Ward also said Fury and Saunders both need to go. Agreed. What's going on, Tunnel Vision? He said, all you're going to hear is excuses why Fury lasted 48 hours. Oh, yeah. We're ready for that, man. We are ready for that. You know that, listen, we all know that the excuse is going to come. Talking about, Wilder, Fury got cut up bad in the Otto Waller fight. That's why he lost his fight. Well, whose fault is it for not taking the immediate rematch last year? I'll wait. Whose fault is that for him taking bums at the bums and not immediately getting yourself ready to go against Wilder? Because now Wilder has a bit more momentum after the first fight. He got the first round KO against Dominic Brazil, and probably the most brutal knockout I've ever seen since the Arthur Spilka knockout. And then he also basically ended any controversy, whatever controversy these critics had about the Luis Ortiz match, and he knocked him out within 6 rounds? Yeah, 6 rounds. So Wilder right now is on a huge upswing right now, while Tyson Fury, even though he's won those fights against those bums, he has not looked impressive. And it really illustrates the point that, Wilder was the guy who was the major draw, not Tyson Fury. So that argument should be just dismissed and put to bed. Okay, so Denise Sports also has to say, though, too, as it loads up in the chat, she also says, F that. I don't want to hear anything from Fury unless he gets knocked out. Yep, I agree. I can't wait. Listen, I can't wait for Wilder to get rid of this guy. I'm serious. I'm flat out serious. I can't wait for this guy to get knocked out, get him out of our sight. And then, AJ, put your panties up and get in the ring and face against your maker, Deontay Wilder. You understand? We have waited for 2 years for AJ to come out of hiding and face against Deontay Wilder. Trust me when I tell you. As soon as Wilder knocks him out, you're going to hear the same old lines all over again. But this time, there's going to be so much pressure on AJ to either give up the belts or get in the ring and face against the champ. You understand? They cannot continue to play this duck game for too long, because then they're going to run out of options to fight, and the fight's going to be too big for them to not keep ducking away from. You understand? Hey, Muhammad is the one. What's up, my brother? How you doing, though, man? He said, how can we have the same result? And we had a draw. Oh, I hope not. I hope not. But see, I don't understand. I don't understand why people thought that Tyson Fury won the fight when basically what Fury didn't even do anything. All he did was just more of the herky-jerky type of movement, though, too. He only basically fainted most of the night and wasn't even doing nothing. All right? Hey, Curtis Anderson, my brother. How you doing? Hey, Curtis, I was actually going to ask you if you had saw my text message. We're going to do a pre-fight show probably at noon, because I got to go take care of some business at 3 p.m. Tomorrow. We're probably going to push it at noon for a pre-fight show on this channel, though, too. So if you want to come along there, man, just message me, okay? Television says that UK fans don't care, all media don't care. They will still duck. Yep, I agree. We all listen. Everybody knows what time it is. Everybody know what time it is. You understand? We all know what time it is because all they want to do is just play the same duck game. They want to play the same old excuse game because they know that Wilder is basically the money man, and he's the number one killer in the heavyweight division. You understand? Curtis Anderson said, "Okay, I'll do it." All right, cool, man, for sure, man. Denise Sports also said, "Believe it or not, some had Fury 9 rounds to 3." Oh yeah, I know. Absolutely, you are 100% right, Denise. Yeah, I never even saw it. I don't know. I don't know how they scored that way. Because to be honest with you, I actually had to score the fight at least 8 rounds to 4 in favor of Wilder. All right, because Fury, all he was doing, like I said, was doing a lot of the herky jerky, fading. He was basically fading the whole night and barely do any authoritative punches. So I don't know what type of fight that the Showtime commentators or anyone else was watching. And so the bottom line is this: I can't wait for this fight. And thank goodness that Jack Reese is not the referee again. I cannot stand Jack Reese. I can't. All right. This guy makes Lawrence Cole of Texas look like a true referee. I'm not even joking with you. You understand what I'm saying? Now listen, Kenny Bayless is a decent referee, but he has his own shady stuff in the ring though too. Sometimes breaking too early, sometimes interjecting himself a little bit though too. But I will say Kenny Bayless does allow you to fight. So we'll see what happens. But I'm sure that it won't be officiated too, fiercely. But Jack Reese has to listen. I cannot stand Jack Reese. I can't. Because the fight that we saw last week, it was basically in the undercard of the Caleb Plant fight last weekend. He counted. Get this. He was basically doing the knockout count. Okay. He told the other guy to get up, walk to his right, and then basically said, "Come to me." And I'm like, "What are you doing, Jack Reese? What you need to do is complete the count." So I'm like, "Hey, are you okay? Come to me. Put your hands up, and then let's go. If he's good, go fight." But I don't know what. Listen, Jack Reese has. I don't know what rules that he's following. I don't know what rules that he has in his brain, but it really makes no sense of how he officiates a lot of these fights. It really doesn't. And you basically robbed the guy who's basically winning every round, and then you counted him out. It, I don't get it, bro. I just don't get it. It's just it literally made no sense how you could sit here with a straight face and tell me that guy was basically KO'd. I don't understand it. Well, at the same time, you gave Tyson Fury every single chance in the book to get up after he got brutally knocked out by Tyson after Deontay Wilder knocked him out with a same straight right hand in the last round. That should have been knockout, game, set, and match. But you chose not to do that. You understand what I'm saying? I I just hope we don't see any shadiness in tomorrow night's fight. But you always got to be prepared for the worst case scenario possible. Either Tyson Fury faking an injury or doing something illegal tactics to try to get Wilder emotional, get him all revved up or something like that. But Wilder's too composed. He's too control of himself to allow that to happen. But you just never know. I just hope and pray that nothing happens in that fight. That Wilder gets in there within. To me, I hope within 8 rounds that he gets Fury out of there. Because remember, what Wilder always says, listen, I could be losing every single round. I just need to be perfect for that 1 second, while the other opponent needs to be perfect throughout the whole fight to avoid getting knocked out. That puts a lot of pressure on the opposition. Because if you don't pay attention to that right hand when it's coming at you, you're knocked out. You basically are knocked out. You're looking at the lights and you're thinking to yourself, how the hell did I let this happen? You feel what I'm saying? You got to be careful with that under any circumstances. You understand? So, at the end of the day, though, man, at the end of the day, I'm just happy that we got the fight that we've been waiting for, basically for a year and a half. Like I said, we should have had this fight immediately after the first fight last year. But, like we said, a lot of the politics got in the way of that, and we had to wait a long time for it. And right now, I can say this though, right now, Wilder's on a huge upswing, and he is getting ready to put a lot of destruction on there. But let me get into another topic in mind that I actually want to discuss about there too. I've been scoping around all the other videos recently through new media and LDBC that now I've been hearing that Bob Arum is now looking to sell Top Rank, which is not a huge surprise if you really think about it. Bob Arum been waiting to sell Top Rank for at least about a year, but now he's looking to try to at least get himself cashed out to get a huge payday and sell his investments to try to get somebody else to buy Top Rank. But I'd say this right now. I don't think it's going to be DAZN because right now DAZN is going through their own financial problems right now. I don't see that happening under any circumstances. Also, I think the most likely scenario to me, Dana White wants to get into boxing. Now, if Dana White goes in there and purchases Top Rank, you best believe that he's going to make a lot of these fighters in his stable get in there and fight people. And he's going to do whatever he can to make sure that the big fights happen. Now, I don't think Al Heyman will do it because right now Al Heyman is not a promoter; he's an advisor. So I don't think in the rules of the Muhammad Ali Act, I don't think he'll be able to make the sale. But I think my perspective is I think Dana White could do it, but I think he's going to try to buy some portion of it and move across somewhere. Tunnel Vision said that. Let's see what he said. Donald Vision said he's looking for someone to buy a portion and expand into Europe. He's looking for someone not involved in boxing to put up a lot of money, but still be in control. You know what? I think Tunnel Vision, you're probably right. I think that might be much more logical sense. Because again, I don't think Dana White. I don't think Bob Arum is going to want to sell it to Dana White because Bob Arum hates Dana White, and so. And also, you got to remember that Dana White has also ripped Bob Arum on a number of occasions, too, for holding up fights or just letting the fights wait for too long till it's too late. And so I don't think that would be possible, but you just never know. But maybe that could be the case, but we'll see what happens. But a lot of us we're going to tell you that, listen, in the future, that Bob Arum was going to look forward to sell Top Rank, and guess what? It's basically now turned into a possible reality. And so to me, it'd just be better off for Bob Arum to get out of boxing. We're done with this dude. I'm tired of this guy. He's the type of person that makes me want to throw up. Okay, because he has been basically one of the most shadiest promoters in boxing history. Okay, listen, a lot of boxing promoters have always been shady. But at the end of the day, man. At the end of the day, I think that at this point right now, I think that, Bob Arum is going to look to try to fade into the sunset, try to keep some of his shareholders in Top Rank, but not be the majority holder. That's just my opinion. Hey, my brother, Supreme Boxing Talk. Hey, go subscribe to Supreme Boxing Talk, man. One of the most best and influential channels on YouTube, though, man. You understand what I'm saying? It's actually one of the most entertaining, but one of the most insightful channels you'll find here on the LDBC. And let's get him to get to 500 subscribers. Absolutely, man, no doubt in my mind. But yeah, that's just what I think of the situation in there. But I just wished, what would be the most bossful thing? What? I'll put it let me say it like this. I'm just gonna say it like this. If Floyd Mayweather was much better business-wise and had much more of a sense of business direction where he would want to take his promotional company, wouldn't it be awesome for Floyd Mayweather to at least to buy Top Rank and basically screw over Bob Arum for everything that Bob Arum did to Floyd Mayweather? Because you have to remember, Floyd Mayweather was promoted by Top Rank, and he was getting paid very, very little, according to Floyd. But also at the same time, when he left Top Rank in 2006 or 2007, he became the highest paid athlete in sports. If he had much more business sense and then wasn't focused on spending a lot of money all the time, wouldn't it be a boss move for him to take over Top Rank and be the promoter in Top Rank? Oh, that would be an epic boss move. But Floyd is just dumb. Floyd is one of those immature, dumb people that worries about oh, why did I get into become athlete of the year? Oh, why is this dude getting love and not me? You know what I mean? It's just absolutely ridiculous how this guy this guy continues to act like a 10-year-old kid. Think about this. He's a 41-year-old man stuck in the mind of a 10-year-old kid. You understand? That's who Floyd Mayweather is. All right. And Floyd Mayweather, though, bro, he's a huge hater. He hates it when other black fighters, get all the spotlight, but not him. Listen, bro, you've been retired for at least the last couple of years, and you're just trying to get a fight between Khabib and Conor McGregor for another payday. Like, bro, stop spending your money. Invest. Do something. Work on your promotional company. Promote. Be a promoter. But you're just too ignorant. You're just too dumb because you only worry about yourself. That is what it is. And the most biggest thing, though, too, and this is going to be the one thing that 89 TV just pointed out. What has Floyd done for his community? One word. Absolutely nothing. All lives matter. BS. Stop it, Floyd. Just stop it. All right. You have not done anything for black fighters. You have not promoted Tank Davis. You've been horrible as a promoter. But more importantly, you don't even care about your own people, though, too. The people that have supported you, that have defended your name, throughout the whole Pacquiao Floyd Mayweather type of controversy. You understand what I'm saying? And all of a sudden you turn around and now you decide to cut a jig. You understand? You made that decision. Now you're just going to have to sleep with it. You understand? Denise Ward says, maybe Andre Ward, that would be epic. I don't know if Andre Ward would have the deep pockets to do it, but if he decides to go in there to buy Top Rank, that would just be crazy. If he had deep pockets, I don't know if he does. Hey, Robert Stewart from Florida. What's going on, my brother? How you doing, though, man? Much love, homie. That's just how I feel about Floyd, man. Because listen, Floyd was a great fighter, but very, very insecure and very, very disrespectful. All right, especially the part where he argued with his dad in front of his family and friends, but also in front of the cameras. Remember the HBO 24/7 story between Mayweather and Ortiz, Victor Ortiz? He argued with his dad in his gym in front of the cameras. And I looked at myself like, dude, why are you still holding on to this petty beef, bro? Like, you're arguing and you're basically making yourself look like a fool in front of millions of people watching, you. How dare you act all that disrespectful? Sure, your dad may not have been the best person for you from your perspective, but why did you decide to act like a fool and argue in front of the cameras? When I saw that, man, I was just absolutely disgusted with Floyd. Absolutely disgusted. That made me lose some respect for him. And then it gradually started to build over time. So, it is what it is with Floyd. I'm just done talking about this dude because he's a hater. He has no respect for black people. He'll basically sell himself for $1. That's Floyd for you. You understand? Rob Stewart's basically saying bomb squad. Yep, bomb squad indeed. Yes, indeed. So I just want to add one little thing there too before I go ahead and step down because BNTV is going to be on soon. The bottom line is this: I think that right now, boxing could be in a better place to where it is than what it is right now. If there were better commissions and there was somebody controlling boxing to stop all the ducking from happening. All right, listen. There's no way in my mind, all right? There's no way in my mind that Canelo Alvarez can walk around throughout his whole career and not fight against the best people out there. You understand? Through all the stupid, catch weights, all the stupid hidden regulation stuff like that. I didn't blame Caleb Plant for declining a fight with Canelo Alvarez because listen, any person that faces Canelo Alvarez, what does he do? Catch weight limit. Uh, you know, uh, rehydration clause. All sorts of hidden stuff behind the scenes. Listen, Canelo's talented as it is for him as it is. He don't need those kind of regulations, but he's just so fixated on making sure that his market value stays the same or gets better that he tries to use those stipulations to try to create an advantage for himself. And you didn't need to do that. Put it like this: I actually talked to a couple of Mexicans, in my workplace, and they don't even know when Canelo fights anymore because they recognize they now have to buy an app to watch Canelo Alvarez fight. Think about that for a moment. Why do you got to force the Mexican fans to buy you an app to force you to see you fight? I never understood that. And not like this. As I get something out of my face. There you go. Listen, the point is this. Canelo is not the face of boxing anymore. He don't even show up. You don't even see him on pay-per-view. You don't see him on live TV anymore. You don't know when he fights. All right? And listen, I'm gonna promise you this. Hey, AMG, what's going on, brother? What's going on? Listen, and Son of Tank says rehydrating is some dumb stuff when you the same way. Absolutely. And why do you think a lot of the boxers are basically saying, nah, I'm not gonna fight you, Canelo. Fight on an even playing field, then we can talk. But that's the problem. Canelo does not want to fight on an even playing field. He never has. So at the end of the day, though, man, at the end of the day, listen, I don't blame Caleb Plant for not wanting to fight Canelo Alvarez because it's not worth the time for it. And plus, you just came off of a fight, and you're still waiting for David Benavidez to take care of all of his mandatories or whatever he has to do. So Canelo is going to fight Billy Joe Saunders on Mexican Cinco de Mayo month. But I could promise you one thing: there's not going to be a lot of viewers when Canelo Alvarez fights. I promise you that. There's not going to be a lot of people that's going to be tuning in to Canelo Alvarez fights because nobody respects Canelo. Not many fans respect Canelo. I mean, there's still going to be. Let me put it like this: there's always going to be some diehard fans that are going to still watch him fight, or or going to buy the app just for one fight or a test trial, whatever. There's going to be those kind of fans. But I'm talking about in terms of the casual fans, in terms of the knowledgeable boxing fans. Not many of them are going to watch Canelo Alvarez fights because he's not fighting, top contenders. He's been ducking people. You understand? He's been given protections. He's been given awards that he never, ever really, truly deserved. That's just the facts of the matter. All right? And the WBC has such responsibility in this too for creating a stupid franchise belt that absolutely makes no sense. And the only two people that have it right now are essentially, Vasily Lomachenko and Canelo Alvarez. You understand? That's just the fact of the matter. You understand what I'm telling you? So I don't really care when Canelo fights. You understand? I'm not even going to be bothering to watch his fights. I never have in the first place until he fights Demetrius Andrade or Jamal Charlo. That he starts fighting those elite fighters, or you know what I'm saying, or stop doing these reach hydration clauses BS. I'm not even going to bother watching Canelo fight ever. All right. Call me when he starts fighting elite contenders. Then we could talk. But it is what it is, though, guys. But I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down for now, though, guys. I will come on a later time, 10 p.m. Central Time for basketball conversations because I gotta go to basketball practice at 8 p.m. and 8 p.m. in the evening time. So I will have to push my show for an hour later than normal. You understand? For basketball conversations, we're gonna talk about all the stuff about basketball, all the stupid storylines that the brass feet have been pushing, and we're going to have some NCAA basketball talk because we're only a few weeks away from the NCAA tournament, though, too, guys. So prepare your brackets, prepare for all the upsets that's going to come through, though, too, because we're 2 weeks away from all the conference championships. We're going to find out who's going to make it to the tournament and who's going to be the favorites to get to Atlanta for the Final Four. You understand? So I'm going to go ahead and shut down for now, guys, but I will be back 10 p.m. Central Time for basketball conversations, though, too, right here on this channel. You understand what I'm saying? But much love to you guys. I really enjoyed all the love and support right here on this channel, though, guys. It's been really enjoyable experience, though, too, to basically chop it up and, discuss all sorts of sports with you guys. You understand? And we're only going to continue to get better. You understand? So go ahead and smash the like button on the way out, though, too, guys. But this is Abil Mehari, represent MehariNation Sports Podcast. A major salute to the entire LDBC and the boxing and basketball community. Thank you for all the love and support. We have made it to 500 subscribers, and we're only going to get better. See you guys later on tonight at 10 p.m. Central Time for basketball conversations.